go.
All right, so now my test tube has come to room temperature, so it has cooled, and you can very clearly see the remnants of reaction 2. And so now we're gonna do reaction 3. So I'm gonna place my test tube in the test tube holder, and I'm gonna add 1.5 molar hydrochloric acid to the third marker on the test tube. Now my marker might be, not wearing my safety goggles. There we go. My marker might not be able to be seen super clearly, but that's okay. We're gonna use our best estimate, and you can kind of see the remnants of it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my hydrochloric acid to the third line. There we go. And now the next step is to gently shake the test tube. And so this is where it gets tricky because it's a test tube. So it's kind of, you can't just stand here and do that. That doesn't do much. So the trick with shaking a test tube is you're gonna actually take your fingers, and I'm gonna turn so you can see me, and you're gonna actually slightly hit the test tube against your fingers. And just kind of wrap it away. And we're just gonna keep working on this until all of reaction 3 has occurred. So while I'm doing this, go ahead and look at what reaction 3 is supposed to be. It says it's copper 2 oxide, which we just created when we did the last reaction by adding heat. It's reacting with the aqueous hydrochloric acid, so that means the hydrochloric acid is dissolved in water, to form aqueous copper 2 chloride and water. So we are trying to form copper 2 chloride aqueous, which means it's in solution, and liquid water. And so we're just gonna keep wrapping it against my hand here. And sometimes it kind of settles to the bottom, and you just gotta hit it really hard. If you're doing this in an actual lab, you wanna do it over a lab counter. You don't wanna do it over the floor, because if you're doing it over the floor, it could fall. Just kind of turning to kind of mix it up a little bit. And see, it's slowly starting to turn kind of a clear blue here. So go ahead and write your observations as we watch this happening. I'm gonna add just a drop more hydrochloric acid, just to speed it up a little bit. Okay, and I'm just gonna keep shaking it. And this is where often in the lab it tests students' patience because they want this to happen quickly, and it doesn't. So we're getting there, we're getting there. Just keep shaking it. And if you were in a lab, you'd be passing this to your lab partners. Each person would take a turn. And you just, again, want to be really careful that you're hitting it against your hand. You're holding the top of it very carefully, and it's over a lab bench. We're almost there. See, looks good. Not perfect, but no lab is. So now I'm getting these last little bits up here. You kind of see they're floating. Almost there. Almost there. See? Make sure you're writing good observations about what you're seeing, and also note what this is now. This is your aqueous copper 2 chloride, which is what gives it that blue color, and water. That is what is in this test tube. So we're gonna keep mixing it till it's all mixed in, and then that will conclude reaction 3.